guaranteed. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Spooky Chat. We're
Number 404 for today.
That's Allie, I'm Helen.
That's Goober.
Goob's over
That
there.
you can't see.
How are you since the last 5 minutes I saw you? That was terrible English.
It was.
How are
but it's
you?
fine because I do it all the time and
Yeah.
I'm studying it. So
I don't know. I feel like you do it with a little bit more finesse. Or not finesse.
No, I don't.
What's the word? Character than I do.
Okay.
Yeah. That was supposed to be a compliment in there
Okay.
somewhere.
I'll take it. That's fine. Yeah, fine. I'm getting tired now though.
Well, this is the 4th episode we're doing today.
But they've all been ones that you've written, so I haven't been speaking as much as you, and I'm tired.
For some reason, though, I find I'm more tired if you're doing a case. I think because you're not reading and like...
Yeah. It's like driving.
Yes.
No, I'm not tired of Helen's voice.
I mean, I am. Goobs definitely is. I can't see him, but I know that he is. So has anything weird and or spooky happened during the last 5 minutes?
No.
I'm trying to think what I've been watching pop culture wise, but I've kind of updated on that. I haven't been watching much TV actually, although there is a series called Killer Makes a Call.
Oh.
And, what is it on? I think it might actually be on ITVX.
Well, supposedly Mark just had a chill in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that because you were outside?
Temperature chill. Maybe it was the ghost
Of outside.
of outside.
Where it's getting colder because it's the evening.
Yeah, could be that.
Sorry, yes, ITVX, you were saying.
I think it's on there. It's either on there or Netflix. They're the two things I watch. And so basically it's a series of these true crime situations.
Oh,
where
I
the
think I know what you're
killer-
talking about.
Yeah, the killer has called in
Yeah.
what's happened, and they play the phone calls as well. So it's really. I've only watched a few, but they're really good.
Oh, I'll have to have a look at that.
Yeah, very interesting and freaky. So this week, as we like to talk openly about mental health on this podcast, and in one of my previous stories, I saw what I believe to be a ghost. Do you remember I told you about that? Thought I saw a ghost when I was in the basement of a hotel. The hotel in London used to be known as Bedlam.
Yes, there we go, that's it, yep.
So I thought, well, maybe I should do something about asylums, but specifically Bedlam, because it's very famous in this country.
Like that.
And I thought we'd look at some UK asylum stories just basically centred around this.
Great.
Thought you might enjoy it.
I would.
Thought I would enjoy it. So yeah, and I like the fact that when we tell these stories, we can sit there and go, we would have been locked up then, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
I read books.
You read books? Well, so I found a list of reasons why people put in, and it's just like, we'd have had no chance.
No.
None whatsoever. So you will probably know all of this already. But our listener might not.
No.
And
I'll act like I don't know, if I do
Okay.
know.
And obviously questions, comments. But yeah, I just thought it might be an interesting macabre chat. So my sources are various websites on the World Wide Web. I looked at loads. I went down a rabbit hole with this. And then I ended up finding about other asylums. I was like, no, I need to just concentrate on Bedlam. Because otherwise it's just, well, you could do an entire podcast series just on asylums.
Yeah,
couldn't you?
definitely.
Which would be very cool. I don't know if anyone's done that. They must have done. But starting with a quick glance at mental health in the 17th and 18th centuries, at this time, Britain had entered a time that became known as the trade in lunacy, where private facilities were being set up at an alarming rate in comparison to the rest of the world. And one of the most infamous of these facilities became known as Bedlam. So obviously being UK, I wanted to stay UK-centric. And the fact that we are clearly known as a country of mad people which I thought was appropriate.
Excellent.
You know, so
Good start.
yeah. Bedlam was initially founded in 1247.
Really?
Yeah, I never knew it was that old. And was known as the Priory of St Mary of Bethlehem. Mm-hmm. So to begin with, it was a priory run by monks. Back then, the word hospital was used to describe any charitable institution that cared for people in need. And the priory did just that. It was a place of sanctuary for the poor, as well as a place of hospitality for visiting members of the clergy. So it was a bit of everything.
Yeah.
You know. The priory and all of its occupants was given over to the City of London, which meant it escaped becoming part of the dissolution of the monasteries. This also meant that it started to focus more on looking after mentally ill patients. In fact, it's thought that it was used to care for people with psychiatric problems from as early as 1377. Well, isn't that incredible?
That is. I didn't realise it went back that far.
No, I didn't until I started looking into it. I really didn't think it went back this far. However, caring for doesn't have the same meaning now as it used to then, because according to records, the site had 4 pairs of manacles, 11 chains, 6 locks, and 2 pairs of stocks at this time.
Yeah, caring didn't mean caring. back then.
No, it really didn't. It kind of meant the opposite. By 1460, the Bethlehem had fully transitioned into a hospital, and at this time included patients with dementia, epilepsy, and learning disabilities. And this was all considered to be lunacy.
Well, yeah, because wasn't it a case of if people had epilepsy, they thought they were possessed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Poor people.
And, they didn't know what epilepsy was.
Exactly.
And it's like, no, it's the Lord.
Yeah. No, it's the Lord. I feel like we would, in a previous life, we must have been in one of these places.
I'd have been very at home.
Yeah, I think I would have. So anyway, the Priory of St Mary of Bethlehem had quite a few name changes over the years. Bethlehem Royal Hospital, Bethlehem Hospital, and Bedlam, meaning chaos and confusion. So,
well, why not?
yeah, exactly. As we all know, dark tourism isn't a new pastime. In fact, despite being a hospital, Bedlam became one of the top macabre attractions in London. So the public could actually pay to go in and stare at the patients.
Pretty sure they could do that with prisoners as well.
Really?
In some places. I might be lying.
But knowing this, that wouldn't surprise me.
No,
That would happen too. And some visitors even assaulted and tormented them to try and get a reaction out of them, which is awful.
It's, yeah, that's all they were. They were an attraction. It's like a freak show.
Yeah.
And they weren't. They needed a lot of help.
Well, it was another way of them making money as well,
Yeah.
wasn't it? So,
And I think people had... they were more malicious, particularly if they were of a higher status.
Yeah.
And then they could take it out on them and, that was fine.
Yeah. It's
entertainment.
So, going off on a little bit of a tangent here. Do you remember the film Hostel? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think that exists?
Again, I cannot remember it very well.
Okay, so
it was years and years
yeah,
ago.
to be fair, I haven't seen it for years. I just remember that there's a hot guy in it, and his name is Jay Hernandez. In fact, he's the lead guy in it. Basically, the premise of that film was there's some people travelling from America in, I can't remember what country it's in. Somewhere.
It's South America, isn't it? No, Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe they are, but they're from America.
Yeah.
They stay in this hostel and basically they end up being taken to this facility where rich, crazy people can inflict torture on them and murder people.
The human version of cockfights.
Exactly, yeah, completely. And so as soon as I watched that, I was like, that's a thing. I bet you that
It wouldn't
exists.
surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Because if you think the amount of money people have got, they can just pay people to
and
just
there's probably underworlds everywhere.
Yeah. Please don't take us to one of them though. I don't want to go.
Yeah, that's something I wouldn't do. Czech Republic.
So, when was that film? Was that an alarmingly long time ago? 2005. Gosh.
Oh, so 20 years ago. That's why I don't remember it then.
And then I believe, directed by Eli Roth. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I believe there was sequels to it as well.
Yeah, there are. Yeah. There's like 2, 3. Is there a 4th?
I don't know, but Jay Hernandez is a beautiful man. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. But there we go. So, it's almost connected to that idea, really, isn't it? And I reckon that happens. Yeah.
Oh, there's only a part 2, not a part 3. I thought that was a 3rd one.
I haven't seen the second one. Although I'm not good with...
Oh, there is a 3rd.
Oh, there is a 3rd. I'm not good with gore. So I find that hard. I haven't seen any of the Saw movies.
Oh, have you not?
No, because I don't like gore. I like jump scares and paranormal stuff.
Supposedly Hostel 4 is... the trailer's coming out in 2026.
Wow, okay. Well, I need to catch up on them then. Although I don't really want to watch them, but I will.
Oh, the film's out in 2026, sorry.
Amazing, okay, cool. Good to know. So there were lots of changes to the Bethlehem over the years. In 1676, it moved from its building at Bishopsgate, which is where I saw the ghost, which is now a hotel, to Moorfields. Because of the increase in patient numbers, buildings were also added in the 1800s. A new wing was added for the criminally insane, which housed criminals until Broadmoor was established in 1863. And the first patient admitted there was a female.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
To be fair, it wouldn't surprise me if there were more females in there than males.
Yeah.
Because persecution.
Yeah, exactly.
Just being female.
So the UK had many asylums over the centuries, but Bedlam remains infamous for its dark history. And I think most people in the UK have heard of Bedlam, or they use that term.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's Bedlam.
Exactly. Unfortunately, there was no distinction between what was then classified as a mental illness, someone who was criminally insane or someone who had learning disability. So they were just all thrown in together.
Yeah.
And sadly, the loose interpretation of the term insane was applied to vagrants and the poor so that the police could remove them from the streets and basically lock them away. So all manner of people were sent to asylums like Bedlam because it was common practice to institutionalise them without any real need to.
Yeah.
It's not like...
Get them off the streets.
Yeah, get them off the streets.
Hide them away. Well, unless it's for entertainment purposes.
That's it. As well as the poor, women were also among those admitted to Bedlam without cause. Many women were institutionalised for not being able to speak. No, I made that up. For having an opinion.
Yeah.
Speaking out against their husbands.
Probably saying no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And or for being unruly.
Yeah, but that would be unruly if the man didn't agree.
Basically, you and me would have been toast, babe.
Toast.
Absolute toast.
Burnt toast.
Yeah. There's, I mean...
No, you don't bring it back, you.
We have opinions, we speak out against everyone, and we are unruly.
Yeah, well.
So, we're all of those things. So, there was also a hideously unfair law known as the Married Women's Property Act.
Oh, God, yeah.
I'd never heard of this, so... which, as the title would suggest, meant that a married woman's property automatically belonged to her husband.
As did she.
Yeah, so this led to many women being declared as insane so the men could amass their wealth and property and just lock them away. So that's awful.
But it makes no sense because if they automatically owned it upon marriage... They wouldn't need to lock them away to obtain it because it's theirs.
But maybe if they married them for their wealth and property and they didn't really like them that much.
That's true, yeah.
Then hushed them away and got another model.
Yeah.
So there's a book called The Woman in White by
Wilkie Collins.
Collins, yes. I knew you'd know all of this stuff. About the case of one Louisa Nottage, who was detained in an asylum after inheriting money and spending it to set up a religious commune. So, yeah. I mean, I'm well up for starting some sort of commune.
Oh yeah, apologies. I did say that I would act like I didn't know what you were talking about.
No, that's quite all right.
Sorry.
It's fine. I predicted you'd know everything in here.
It won't be everything.
I just thought that you would still like to discuss it.
Absolutely.
So I found this list online. This is actually not from Bedlam. I couldn't find a definitive list pertaining specifically to Bedlam, but just a few of the most common torturous treatments Bedlam's patients were subjected to included rotational therapy, which involved a patient being tied to a chair, which was then suspended from the ceiling and rotated at speed, sometimes more than 100 times a minute. The vomiting and vertigo caused by this treatment was said to be a way of purging insanity. I mean, I get motion sickness, so I'd be absolutely...
Purge my insanity on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel my wrath.
If this were the case, our doctors would have prescribed us sessions on a waltzer car at the fair.
Yeah.
I've written here. I obviously wrote this a long time ago because I've forgotten. I've written a little joke for myself, or you, Goobs, and the listener. Can you go on waltzer cars? Do they make you feel sick?
It's been years since
Right.
I've been on one.
I know, it's hilarious, Goobs. Yeah, I can't go on them. They make me ill.
I mean, I don't go on roller coasters anymore, but that's just a fear.
Final destination. Another treatment was to starve and beat patients, as well as bloodletting and ice baths. These treatments were so intense and harmful that many asylums would actually refuse to admit anyone who they thought would be too weak to endure them. Mm-hmm. It's just like, oh, you look like a weakling. There's no way you're going to be able to withstand our treatment. Off you go.
Yeah, surely that straight away means that's too harsh.
Yeah, exactly. You would think, wouldn't you? Many patients died from these awful treatments, and mass graves were uncovered on former sites of Bethlehem Hospital. I remember in I want to say like the mid-noughties, early to mid-noughties, I remember they were digging up a road or something and they found loads of bones in that, and the whole thing had to stop. And they did this whole excavation and they found another mass grave, and it was kind of, because obviously roads have been added to that area.
Yeah.
It was underneath all of that. Right, so I found this list online. This is actually in relation to Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
Is that the one that
This is
Zach Bagans?
Quite well circulated, so you've probably seen this list. But as we have a US listener, I thought it would be relevant to our one US listener. So here are some reasons for admission for a Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum from 1864 to 1889. So, intemperance and business trouble. What does intemperance mean?
I don't know that one. I don't know.
I don't know where. Kicked in the head by a horse?
Oh, lack of moderation or restraint.
Oh. Okay. Kicked in the head by a horse.
I mean...
Hereditary predisposition. We'd be gone, babe, because our family's mental. Crazy. Our family are crazy, Goobs.
Mental.
Crazy.
Dad was kicked in the face by a horse. That's why his teeth were mostly false.
I never knew that.
I think I've got that right. Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense because I'm sure in the racing industry, lots of people got kicked. That's really horrible, though. Ill treatment by husband.
Yeah, that would make you insane if they're abusing you.
And that's your fault.
And that is your fault,
So away
obviously.
with you.
Yeah.
Ah, la, 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 song.
You should have been more compliant.
Exactly. Imaginary female trouble.
What does that mean? I've imagined my period.
I don't know. I have no idea. But the fact that this is a list of reasons of why people should be institutionalised.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's cooked with rosemary.
Yeah, maybe. She's a witch.
Definitely a witch.
She's mad.
To be fair, I have a joke with my friend Chris about how I'm a witch because I cook with herbs and spices.
I mean, I do too. So does that make me a witch? Amazing.
Definitely.
Hysteria. Immoral life.
However, hysteria was used very broadly.
To cover most things, probably.
Yeah. And that was a specifically female ailment.
Right.
I think way back when, a fabulous book called Unwell Women, something about a wandering womb. And I think hysteria comes from that.
Okay.
Because the term hysterectomy is obviously...
Oh,
yeah.
do you know what? That totally... I didn't even compute.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know what, actually? That could be quite a good spooky chat. I know it's not spooky, but it's dark, like the history of women's illnesses.
Yeah. Definitely.
And stuff.
I think that would be really interesting. So, immoral life. Imprisonment. Jealousy and religion.
Oh, together?
Yes.
But you could be jealous?
And religious.
Separately, but not together.
Not together.
You couldn't be a
Jealous religious person.
No.
Laziness. Marriage of son.
Marrying your son?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's the ones that are grouped together that make me laugh. Masturbation.
It's envy.
Sorry.
Not jealousy.
Masturbation and syphilis together.
To be fair, untreated syphilis can send you insane.
Yeah.
And it often did because there wasn't like a proper treatment for it and you would end up dying. So one of the Jack the Ripper suspects was syphilitic. And going insane and then, yeah.
Interesting. Masturbation for 30 years.
How does one prove that you've been masturbating for 30 years? And is that constantly? Like, do you have a break?
They do not elaborate. It's very...
And is that female or male masturbation?
Doesn't say. Well, yeah, because normally it says, like, if it's connected to women, it says women, doesn't it? So possibly everyone.
But then I reckon that's a religious thing as well.
Yes.
Because religion governed everything.
Yeah. Medicine to prevent conception. Menstrual deranged.
I'm not being funny, sorry, going back to that last one, that's basically what all these pro-abortionists, anti-abortionists they're basically along those same lines.
I do feel like it's taking a step backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are regressing.
Yeah.
Because of the weirdos that they're getting into, not rule, but you know what I mean, govern.
Menstrual deranged.
What? PMS.
Mental excitement. Right, you'd be absolutely cream crackered, love, because the next one is novel reading.
I'm sorry, I'm certified insane. Oh.
Nymphomania. Opium habit. Overaction of the mind.
What's that, dreaming?
I mean, I think I'd be put away for that.
Well, that's just overthinking.
Overthinking, yeah. I'd definitely be toast. Overstudy of religion, so you can't get too much into it.
It must be just right.
Yes. Overtaxing mental powers.
Is that believing you're Superman?
Maybe. The next one. If your parents were cousins.
But people did marry their cousins back then.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, unless did they mean first or second?
Doesn't say. It's very non-specific.
I suppose that this is in America though, isn't it? So they probably would have had different things back then. But still, marrying your cousins was keeping the bloodline pure. Mm-hmm. I bet that was just for poor people.
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. Periodical fits.
So epilepsy.
Yeah. Tobacco and masturbation.
having a cigarette and and shandy at the same time.
Political excitement. Politics in general.
But you had people
I know.
in office.
I think this simply applied to, they're like, just put that label on them. It just worked as and when they needed it
if
to.
your face didn't fit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
it's all getting rid of the poor.
religious enthusiasm.
But they were all...
It's okay, babe. Fever and loss of lawsuit together. So if you lost a lawsuit and you had a fever, see you later.
I wonder if the fever meant something like you got really angry about it.
Maybe. Fits and desertion of husband. Asthma. Bad company. There's so many of these.
You are not entertaining me enough. One is not amused. Off you
Get
trot.
out. Just get out. Bad habits and political excitement. Bad whiskey. I don't know what this means. Bloody flux. Do you know what that means?
No. Oh, unless it's
Coughing up blood,
yeah,
which most of them were doing because they all had
TB, probably.
yeah.
Oh, diarrhea. Oh no, that's dysentery. Oh, okay. In which blood mixed with the intestinal discharge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So dysentery, that means. Brain fever, business nerves, carbonic acid gas, congestion of brain,
Frequently, mate.
death of sons in war.
What?
Yeah, but I mean,
They had wars and
literally all the time.
yeah, it could lead to melancholy because melancholy was the thing.
Right.
That was basically depression. You had the SADs, which you will do if your son is killed in battle.
Yeah, exactly. And probably if you've got many of the other things. Decoyed into the army, deranged masturbation.
Is that just like overzealous? Or is it like, I can see the devil? Your mother sucks. What's it in hell? I don't know.
I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but did I tell you about when I used to work in the cinema in Bedford and there was a patron was kicked out for having a hand shandy, is that what you called it? In the back of a Harry Potter film.
I think you did tell me that. I mean, weird.
Yeah, so gross. Desertion by husband. So if you leave your husband, you're mad. If your husband leaves you, you're mad too.
You can't win.
You cannot win.
And then, if you weren't married, you were probably mad.
Also mad, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Mark. Hand shandy in the back of Harry Potter. Soz about it.
Dissolute habits. I don't know what that means.
This is all just...
Nonsense.
Well, yeah. Nonsensical.
Domestic affliction.
What?
Domestic trouble.
You're afflicting domesticity upon yourself?
You're cleaning too much, get out. I'll lock you up. Domestic trouble. Not cleaning enough, maybe. Dropsy.
That is a thing. I can't remember what it is.
Is that maybe an old-fashioned term for a stroke or something?
Not stroke. Oh, yeah, excess fluid. So, like edema. So if you've got...
Okay.
Quite often if you're seeing
fluid retention.
Yeah, like in old people's legs and stuff like that, which is usually due to the heart.
Right, okay.
Fluid retention and stuff.
Egotism.
Oh, so narcissism.
So all my exes would be in there.
Yeah, with you.
Oh, yeah. I don't let them in.
No.
We want it to ourselves, this asylum.
This is haven.
Epileptic fits.
Oh, so they're different to the other things.
Apparently.
Oh.
Excessive sexual abuse. So I don't know whether that's doing it to someone or having it done to yourself. Excitement as an officer. I have no idea. Exposure and hereditary.
What? What? That feels like an unfinished sentence.
Yeah, and then the next one is exposure and quackery.
Quackery.
Then exposure in army.
Huh?
There's lots of exposures
I
going
don't
on.
understand what any of that means.
Neither do I. Maybe exposure and hereditary. Is that like just being exposed to a mad family?
No.
It makes no sense.
Can't be. I mean, exposure, like, in the elements with your family. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Fever and jealousy. Fighting fire.
What? So you're just supposed to let it burn?
I mean, surely there were fire people that were putting fires out. Would they have all been...
Don't punch it.
Oh, don't punch the fire. You can put the fire out, don't fight with it. Perhaps that's what they meant.
Put 'em up. Like an old English gentleman. Put 'em up. The fire.
Trying to punch a fire. So then we've got suppressed masturbation.
You're not masturbating enough.
There's a scale, right? Suppression of menses.
Menses. That is women's.
So trying to prevent that would have put you in there. The war. Time of life. We'd be in there for that as well. Uterine derangement.
Oh, I wonder if that's like a UTI.
Yeah.
Which, actually, if you don't drink enough, and, like, that's the big way of, like, getting a UTI and stuff, but it can cause hallucinations.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, it's an infection.
True. Venereal excesses.
Mm-hmm.
Vicious vices. That's a really good name for a band.
Yeah.
Just...
I'm in 2 bands now.
Are you?
Yeah, Sinister Biscuits and Vicious Vices.
Love that. Can I be in one of them?
You're in Vicious there.
Can we get... We'll need a translator and or subtitles if we're going to be in a band.
You are in Vicious.
Vices.
Sorry, I've got my braces in, so it's hard to talk. Vices.
Does that mean I can buy a tambourine?
I thought you said, does that mean I can buy a tampon? No, because you're suppressing your menses.
No. Women trouble. Superstition. Sorry, I'm not laughing at this next one. I've read down shooting of daughter, smallpox, snuff eating for 2 years. That's the one I was laughing at.
1 year and 364 days is the limit. The limit exists.
Which, the limit does not exist. Surely snuff was sniffed, not eaten.
Yeah.
So...
Oh. As far as I'm aware, it's sniffed.
Spinal irritation.
Or is it like, can it be chewed like tobacco?
Not snuff. Snuff's a powder,
Yeah.
I thought.
Oh, it's ground tobacco, yeah. It's inhaled through the nose. Placed in the mouth and sucked.
There's that horrid
Moist snuff. Got some moist snuff.
That's the name of the greatest hits of our band.
Moist snuff.
The next one is gathering in the head.
It's a party. You're not invited.
Maybe that's why they put them in there. They were like, damn it, they're having a great party in their head. Greediness. Grief. Gunshot wound. So, obviously, it's not your fault if you're grieving. Well, it's not your fault if any of this happens, but... What? You're too sad about that, person. Get in there.
You've been shot.
Get in there as well.
Get in the bin.
Get in the bin. Here's another one for you. Hard study. It's another reason why you'd be locked up, because you're studying hard.
Oh, God.
Rumour of husband murder.
Oh, just the rumour?
Just the rumour. No facts here.
No. Not innocent until proven guilty.
And then it just says Salvation Army. The fact that there's no explanation. Salvation Army, see you later.
I mean, what does that even mean?
I have no idea.
Like, the Salvation Army is like a proper church endorsed thing, is it not? I don't know if it was then, but
maybe
word.
it meant something different back then.
Did they have the Salvi army in America
the US?
then?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't think so, but they must have done because they're telling people not to be in it.
Protestant Christian Church.
Anyway, I mean, it was around that time.
Yeah. Separations, American Rescue Workers and Volunteers of America.
Okay. So maybe they were like, don't you come over here with your Salvation Armying. Get in that
we'll keep
up
our
house.
American thing.
I don't know what this means, so Goobs might have to look it up. Scarlatina.
Something to do with scarlet fever, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I like the word. Scarlatina. Maybe that could be another group. Or it could be Scarlatina and the Vicious Vices.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yes, that works. And with their debut album, Moist Snuff. It's another name for scarlet fever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Seduction and disappointment.
I'm going to seduce you, but you're going to be disappointed about it.
Soz about it. Get in there. Self-abuse. Sexual abuse and stimulants. Again, they're like put together. I don't know. Sexual derangement.
The thing is, though, they've put people away for these things, so I think they've just made them up on the spot.
Yeah.
Some of them,
like,
most of them.
What can we put him in for? Salvation Army. Get him out of here. You know, it seems like they literally plucked these out of the sky.
Yeah. They've pulled them out of their bumholios.
Bottoms. False confinement. We're going to confine you falsely for having false confinement.
Unless that is another term for false imprisonment.
Yeah, it probably is, but why? If they're falsely imprisoned, how are they finding them to put them in the institution?
You sound like me.
Oh, yay! I love that. Feebleness of intellect, I'd be screwed.
That is probably a learning disability,
Probably,
possibly, but termed really badly, like so offensively.
Really offensive. Fell from horse in war. No other time. Just from the war.
Unless it's something like they've got an ailment because they fell from a horse in war, and they've just put it as, because they didn't have a name for the ailment, it's like fell from horse in war.
Yeah, just
maybe. I don't know why I'm trying to make sense of it, because it's stupid. But
I mean, well, that's the only thing left to do, really. This is just so bonkers. Female disease. Could be anything.
Mark said maybe the fell from horse was an earlier term for AWOL.
Oh, maybe. Goobs. Okay.
Sorry, female what?
Female disease. Non-specific. Any of them.
Yeah, probably just
Being female. Yeah, probably right. And then dissipation of nerves. What's dissipation mean?
So when something dissipates, it
Goes.
So you have no nerves?
You were a nervous wreck. They've gone now. Get out. In. Bars. Go. Monocles.
Likely refers to nerve damage or dysfunction, potentially leading to symptoms like numbness, tingling, pain, or weakness, and can be caused by various factors like injury, disease, or nerve compression.
Oh, okay. So it's physical rather than mental.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was going to say, you've lost your nerve? Or...
Yeah, we were kind of looking at it as from a mental health point of view.
Oh, so yeah, like paralysis.
Oh, so as if you've not gone through enough. Sorry, mate. You've got to get in bed.
Then they're going to get spun on a chair for 100 times a minute.
Purge.
Oh, you're guessing. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it wouldn't surprise me because, it wouldn't surprise me because they would have seen it as a way of getting rid of something that they cannot understand or deal with.
Yeah, don't know what else to do about it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, they consider them like a drain on society.
Yeah. Which, and as we know, they put homeless people, poor people in there. So
it wouldn't surprise me if they put physically unable.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're trying to think what my favourite one is from here.
I do like novel reading, just because that's the most bonkers thing.
I like Vicious Vices because it's quite broad.
Yeah. But the thing is, with novel reading, you would then have like the upper echelons who would then, you know, they would educate the... yes, it was probably a lot of embroidery or something like that. But then, you know, some of them would read poetry.
Yeah.
Again, it will be a status thing.
Yes.
Hands down.
If you live on that street there, don't read anything.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
You're not allowed.
To be fair, though, if you were that poor, you probably were illiterate, so you couldn't read.
Yeah. Perhaps that's what they didn't like.
Yeah.
Stop trying to read. We don't want you getting ideas.
They were probably fearful of some sort of uprising.
Probably.
Which, good.
Yeah.
Live in fear.
Exactly. Well, I think out of that, I like the fact that we've come up with a band name, Scarlatina and the Vicious Vices.
Yeah.
You know, silver lining, we've come up with a band name.
Yeah.
So that's that. I just wanted to finish on the list of, like, absolutely incomprehensible reasons for admission. From 1864 to 1889. And like I said, that was Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. I couldn't find one for Bedlam. But I would imagine they'd be very similar. Yeah. And Goobs, can you search online and see what hotel Bedlam is now? Because it's possibly changed. And as Liverpool Street... It's built on the site of Bedlam.
I want to go.
Yeah, so my ex worked there, and there was all kinds of crazy stuff used to go on in there. There'd be lights flickering on and off, like crazy things happening on certain floors in the hotel.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, so if you fancy it, you can go and stay on the former site of Bedlam.
So the hospital itself is not a hotel, and there's no hotel on the original Bedlam site.
No, because I just elbowed that. Right, okay.
So where's the hotel then?
Built on the site, but then it says built on the site of former mental asylum.
Yeah.
Okay, well. Anyway, you can go and stay. But to be fair, most of the hotels in London probably were former
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love staying in London. There's a fantastic hotel in East London called The Curtain, and it's built from what used to be a car park.
Oh.
And it is so lovely. And it's got a rooftop terrace with a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Which,
Awesome.
I've stayed there a few times, and it's actually, I don't know what the prices are like now, but when I stayed there, it wasn't crazy. And you could, if you ring up the hotel, they'd always give you a better deal.
Oh.
Food was amazing. Staff are amazing. The rooms are gorgeous. And it's just so nice having a pool on the roof in London is quite unheard of.
Yeah.
And you've got lovely views, and it's just in a very cool place. But I love the building because it looks very industrial, doesn't it? But I mean, there's some cracking hotels in London. But for some reason, it just made me think of that. It used to be a car park.
I should do more research into asylums because it does interest me. It angers me, but it was a different time back then. I completely understand that.
Yeah, absolutely.
No bueno, but yeah.
I mean, and the fact that
it's kind of like the history of mental health, really.
Yeah.
Then.
And there were so many asylums in this country, as we know, and it was Margaret Thatcher who closed a lot of them down and introduced care in the community. So people were sort of, rather than being locked away, they were encouraged to be in the community and actually live and have support whilst living outside of them.
But as we all know, there has never been enough support.
Exactly. So, it's, that went to pot. But that's why there were so many abandoned asylums in this country, and a lot of them have been converted into housing flats.
Yeah.
And there's no way I would live in a flat that is in a converted asylum.
Yeah.
Not only would there be bad vibes there because people were tortured and put away for deranged masturbation, but also
You'd be scuppered. No, I'm joking.
but also like they'd be annoyed because ghosts get annoyed when you do renovations, don't they?
Yeah.
So if
You'll make them angry.
Angrier, yeah.
Yeah, people like you would want to go urban exploring.
Yeah, no, I do. I do want to go urban exploring, but that's when they're untouched.
Yeah.
That's when they haven't been messed with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're due for another urban exploration.
I think
with
so
Colin
too.
and James.
Well, we're supposed to be going to that hospital.
Yes. Well, the weather's a lot nicer now, so
maybe like give it another couple of months when
Yeah.
it's a lot lighter in the evenings.
Yes.
For longer.
I'll hit them up and we'll arrange something.
Aye, Captain. Well, thank you.
So that was my little foray into mental health, specifically Bedlam, but then a list of stuff from Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, which I would love to visit, actually, because they do lots of tours there, ghost tours and things there, so that would be very, very cool.
Yeah, in that Zach Bagans book that I lent you, there's a bit about it, and one of his earlier episodes of Ghost Adventures is there as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I can't wait to read that book. I won't finish a book before I start another one. I'll start reading several books.
Oh, no.
So I might
can't
have
do
it on
that.
my...
The only way I do that is if one at night time for when I'm in bed for pleasure reading, but then it will be a uni one sort of during the day that if I have to study it.
I suppose you have to do that anyway, don't you?
Yeah.
To get it all in.
I was like reading the uni ones at night, but I just wasn't taking anything in by that point because I've been reading it all day,
Yeah.
something like that, and then I'd had enough.
And also that takes away the whole like reading for pleasure
Yeah.
part of it, doesn't it? So you kind of want to have a balance.
Yeah.
So there we go. That was
Lovely.
yeah, lovely.
Well, not.
No, but I thought you'd find it interesting. And to be fair, if you did a case on it, you'd probably do it much better than I did. But I just thought that was very interesting for a spooky chat.
Indeedy.
So we need a get in a bin, a get in a pocket, and a random fact. Once again, I've written the prompts and not answered them to myself. So, has anyone got a get in the bin? Do I need to start this? Get in the bin, my numb bum on this chair, actually. These chairs are comfy, but after the 4th episode...
I cannot
I cannot
feel my
bottom.
arse. Yeah, that one. Get in the bin. Mark is also chair related. The chair that he's sitting on makes noises.
Do you need some WD-40? Because I've got some in the back of the car.
Are you sure it's not your knees?
Or your bottom.
Do you have a
You could get put away for that.
squeaky bum?
I can't see him, so I have no idea what... He's probably swearing at us.
He's not, actually. He said all of the above.
Okay.
My get in the bin is... my indecision.
You're indecisive. Get in the lunatic asylum.
Yeah.
That's probably what they would have said to you.
Absolutely. Mark's get in his pocket is Fortune Garden, which is the Chinese near us.
Oh, is it good?
Lovely.
Is there much I could have, or is there a lot of soya in it?
I would stay away from anything with soy sauce and tofu.
Yeah.
But you can have like mixed vegetables and things like that.
Okay.
Like stir fries, chow mein,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a get in your pocket?
No, I'm waiting for you to go.
Oh, okay. So my get in my bin was numb bum. My get in my pocket, I literally just had something and then it left me instantly. My get in my pocket is this new studio. I really like
I do.
this. I love the fact we've got lots of artwork on the walls. I don't know how much actually comes up in the shots, but it is like a little witch's coven, and it makes me smile.
Good.
Yeah.
My get in my pocket is...
Pumpkins? Because it's Halloween every day here.
No, do you know what I like? My get in the pocket is that light you've given us. Like
the black one?
The two spotlight thingies makes the room feel really cosy, doesn't it?
Oh, yay. I'm glad you're
Yeah.
using it. Because I could have tipped it if you didn't want to. It was
No,
just if you wanted
it's great. And like I can read on the sofa and have a light now if we want the light turning down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm glad that's of use. And you've got one of my plants and you've got my bureau.
Yeah.
Which I'm very, very thankful for. And my table and a bookcase.
Which basically got Helen's house.
In your house.
In our house.
Yes. Which, I was going to come round this week and help you organise stuff, but maybe I'll come round next week.
Yeah.
Just tell me a day, because I don't want to just turn up and be like, all right, mate, I'm organising. I kind of need inviting. I'm like a vampire in that respect. So
we're getting you a key cut.
Will you just tell me when you want me here? Because we're going to go through your clothes, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, I need to do that again.
And I love doing that. Not with my clothes, other people's clothes.
Yeah.
Love
I
that.
actually do have a lot of underwear I need to get rid of because all the gussets have ripped and stuff.
Oh, God, I need to get some more underwear.
All they've got holes in.
I need to go and get measured, though.
Oh, I'm on like panties.
I'm on about pants and bras.
Oh, yeah.
I need to get measured.
Oh, we can take a trip to Primark at some point. For pants.
Oh, didn't you say there's Kappa at Primani?
Yeah, there's Kappa at Primark now.
Oh, my God.
I love it. I've seen a sweatshirt that I really want.
Oh, my God. This is so exciting.
Yeah.
But which one do you go to? Because I don't like the Cambridge one.
Oh, I don't like the Cambridge one. There's an all right one in Kings Lynn.
Oh, you did say that.
Yeah, and that's only about 45 minutes away.
Okay. And isn't Kingsland nice? Like, could we make it... Oh.
There is a restaurant I want to go to. It looks really quirky, called like, I don't know, Cozy Teapot, but I've probably made that up completely.
I want to go there.
But it's right near Primark, kind of.
Oh, okay. And Goobs likes a Primani trip, doesn't he? So maybe we can...
Do you like a Primark trip?
Yeah, do you know, he used to come to one in Tamworth and he
Oh,
bought
that's true.
loads of stuff.
Yeah, you do like a Primark trip.
Does like a Primani trip.
Yeah. That's it. Tipsy Teapot, it's called.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, lovely.
Is it a tea room or a restaurant?
It's a restaurant, I think.
Oh, fab.
Yeah.
So, random fact time. Goob's random fact is... I once gave way to someone in a restaurant. It took me far too long to realise I was walking towards a mirror.
And do you laugh at me for stuff?
Or... I can't see him, so I can't see the expressions. Were you drunk?
He'd had a shandy.
He'd had a shandy. Okay.
Just one?
Just one.
Was
You probably would have been put in an asylum for that behaviour.
Yeah, you probably would. Yeah.
Have you got a random fact?
No.
What's my random fact today? My random fact is that... Oh my God, my mind's gone completely blank.
I might have to check my phone. I might have written one down.
So that's what I need to do. In fact, I think I did start doing it, but I left my phone downstairs. Oh, I know. I probably have said this. My random fact is, which actually you can tell from my nails, that the colour of this pumpkin and my nails is my favourite colour.
Yes.
And that's like aqua turquoisey colour. That's my random fact.
Oh, here's a random fact.
Go on then.
Sorry, have you finished?
Yes, that's done, yeah. It's fine, babe. It was really boring what I said, so... You done?
Yes. I only have to curl one side of my eyelashes.
What?
Yeah. I only have to use eyelash curlers on my right eye.
Did you get the other one permed and missed the other one?
I've had LVL done on obviously both. I don't just do one and not the other. But yeah, for some reason, I only have to curl one side of my eyelashes.
I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly I don't know what to say to either of you about your random facts, really. But then mine was really boring, so...
Sorry, have you finished?
It's brilliant. You finished? Okay. I remember once... Oh, I can't remember her name. I'm so bad with names. You've met her, and she's lovely. You met her at Max Power. She's quite young. And she's got a Z
Yes.
as well.
She ended up being one of the Max Power girls.
She did. She's lovely.
Yes.
So once, I think it was the first time I met her as well. We were at.
Begins with an A.
God, I'm so sorry, sweetie, if you're listening. She's probably not listening, but if you are, I'm so sorry. I'm just.
Oh no, I haven't got
Charlotte.
On. It's not Charlotte, is it?
Isn't it? Who's Charlotte?
Why are you looking at him?
I have no idea. He doesn't know her.
He didn't know. He's never met
heard
her.
of her.
Like, actually.
We were at a car show and we went into like the foodery. And I was like, oh God, I don't know if I can have anything. Because obviously at the time,
You can tell it's episode 4 of the day, yeah.
Definitely. So I was trying to look for things without soy, without gluten and vegan.
Mm-hmm.
And like she meant it in a nice way, but she just turned around and went, "What's your problem?" Just trying to figure out what my issues were. And it was hilarious. So yeah, there's that. So it's fine. I'll take any of those.
You've offended someone for that story. What?
Story. Soap tree?
No.
He's given up. No. Story.
Or maybe we'll get that on a t-shirt.
Sure,
Have you finished?
Sure, it's Charlotte. If I looked on my phone, I'd know.
It's definitely not Charlotte.
It wasn't a terrible story. It was related to what Ali said.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Have you finished?
It did take too long. Listen, you
know about the Pointless Story Club.
Pointless Story Club over here. We are the 2 founding members and the only members.
Yeah.
And we like each other's pointless
it.
stories.
Yeah. She'll tell a story.
He does not.
And there is nothing from me after that. So, okay. And that's it.
Half the time, there's not even like a beginning, middle, or end. It's just a monotone fact or some observation.
Statement.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much to Mark from Park Lane Studios for the sound, the vision, the lighting, the production, the technicalities, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Not the content.
No.
Mark from Park Lane Studios, thank you.
We are responsible for the content and apologies.
Yes, he makes us sound and look professional, even when the content isn't. Stomach rumbling now. What else do we need to say?
Where can they find us, Helen?
On linktree/Cars of the Macabre. Please send in stories. We want some stories.
Do that to the email.
Yes, which is on the Linktree.
Yeah.
You can comment on any of our social media platforms. The only one I monitor is Instagram, though. So
I look at the comments on YouTube.
Do you?
Yeah, and for some reason I'm signed into your YouTube on my phone, and I don't know why. But was it on my phone? No, I'm lying.
This is another pointless story.
It might have been on the laptop, but it could have been on my phone. Either way, I'm signed into your YouTube, and some guy said something about our eyebrows. He can't concentrate because of our eyebrows.
What's wrong with our eyebrows?
He was like, leave it natural. I was like, I would, but mine are tattooed.
These are my eyebrows. They're this mad. I have like crazy eyebrows.
He's like, he can't listen, or no, he can't watch because of our eyebrows.
Well, don't watch then, just listen on the podcast platforms.
But I responded as like, I would love to, but mine are tattooed, and it looks like Mark saying it. Oh no. Actually, no, I think I wrote my name. Yeah.
Artist formerly known as.
It's just 2 eyebrows dotting the eye.
There's nothing wrong with their eyebrows. I take offence to that. Away in the asylum with
I'm
you,
limited
sir.
with what I can do to mine because of the fact that there was a massive botch job when I first got them done.
What's that?
Yeah, and they never properly faded. And the hair won't grow back now, so yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with your eyebrows.
Thank you. No, I'm happy with them. I've got a great new semi-permanent makeup artist. Her name is Mary. Find her at Cosmetics by Mary. She is stunning. You have not seen anything like it.
Okay.
Yeah. She was trained by the lady that did my first ever really good set.
Okay.
Yeah. You can meet her if you want.
And my eyebrows just grow like this. This is what I have. I even plucked them to within an inch of their lives in the 90s when little eyebrows were.
Yeah.
And they came back with
You're so
force.
lucky. I wish mine would come back.
Thank you. Anyway, we love our eyebrows. See you later.
That was a big old eyebrow tangent.
Yeah. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, review, but don't talk about eyebrows. We can, but like whatever. Download, share, listen, watch,
Subscribe, you said that.
subscribe, all the things.
All dem things.
All them things, and we are
are
done.
done.
Oh my God. So, with that
Yeah.
said, stay spooky, bitches.